Hey guys, in this video I'm going to break down my weekly watch list. So these are the exact setups that I'm looking at trading on the front end of the week. I'm looking at front running these setups, first half of the week there, and then we may look, if market structure changes or mid to back end of the week, we may look at some alternatives. But for the most part, this is exactly what I'm going to be looking for. Okay, so this is CHFJPY on the 4-hour time frame. What we can see here, so this was a trade that I executed on Thursday there. We can move this, we can adjust this slightly. So the new extreme supply can be moved to here. This is the last up candle before the sell-off there. Okay, the guarded high can also be moved here. This is our invalidation level. If and only if price comes back to this area, then we can look for a short trade. Okay, so that's CHFJPY. We're going to be looking at shorts on this market out of around 160.750. Okay, from this area, if and only if price comes back into here, then we'll look for a short trade there. Maybe something that looks like this. So, around 160.750, stop losses above guarded high, around, 30 pips or so, and then we'd be looking at targeting this low here. In terms of targets, guys, let's map this out for you. So 159.500 would be a very nice area to look for, but even, just squeezing a 1 to 3 out of this one would be pretty nice there. So, even if we could take a 1 to 3, that would be a pretty nice setup. You can look for then some further continuation to the to the downside there. So we can mark that on as a target there, equal lows, and then for further continuation. And then also just to mark on, clearly we've broke this structure to the downside. Mark that on as a BOS there, BOS to the downside. And this is, I guess let's just get rid of this, the old trade there. So to map this out, we're looking for price to come back into this area. Then we're going to look for a short trade and look at taking that to the downside there. So clearly bearish market structure, so stick with the higher time frame institutional perspective there. Okay, so just to recap, shorts out of 167.50 area and targets, you're looking around 159.500 would be a great target at around a 1 to 4 risk to reward, and then ultimately you would look for some further continuation there. So that would be the trade plan that I'm looking at on CHFJPY. Now let's jump over to EURJPY. So fairly similar situation here. What we can see here, let's zoom in, guys. We have broke this structure here to the downside. We can mark that on as a BOS there. Break of structure, go ahead and mark on our guarded highs, invalidation level there. So this is the most recent lower high there. Okay, guarded high, and we can mark on our extreme supply there. So the last up candle up to the guarded high. So this is the extreme supply. So if and only if price comes back into this area, we're looking around 95,450 area, give or take 500. In this area, we'll look for a short trade and then look to ride that back to the downside there. Okay, so targets, as you guys know, equal low is going to be where most of this position will be coming off there. Mark that on as liquidity. And in terms of the stop loss, so this extreme supply is a nice sort of fairly size zone there, so you're not going to need to refine that zone much more. Around a 20 pip stop loss, and then down to the low you've got a solid 1 to 3.4 risk to reward. So that stacks up in terms of risk to reward. Okay, and yeah, pretty textbook in terms of market structure, and yeah, shorts out of that 95,500 area on EURJPY. Likewise, this is the 4-hour time frame as well. So that's them two boxed off. Okay, we've now got AUDUSD. This was a trade that I took back end of the week. My runner was stopped at break even. There's not really too much to comment on this market. we had bearish market, well, we still have bearish market structure as long as we're maintaining below this guarded high. However, there's not really too much really to say and comment on this market. We're sort of now looking fairly range bound, so I'm not really looking for too much, on this market at the present. But things may progress pushing into the week there. Another pair definitely to be watching this week would be EURJPY 4-hour time frame. Okay, so last up candle would be this one here, up to the guarded high. We're looking at this sort of area for shorts. Looks like a fairly large area to short out of. We may look for some refinement on that. Let's take a look here. Mark on our guarded high there. So shorts EURJPY definitely looking out of the 156,600 area and looking to target that low, of course, for a first TP for sure. Let's mark that on. See if this stacks up. So stop loss is looking around 55 pips or so. Target down to the low. You've got around a 1 to 2.3. It's okay. It's okay. You could also look for a refinement on this. So if we take a 50% mitigation of that order block there, maybe just below that order block, give ourselves a little bit of a tighter stop, around 35 pips, then we're starting to look at around a 1 to 4, 1 to 3 risk to reward, even maybe a 25% mitigation, something like that. But yeah, definitely looking at shorts on EURJPY, front running this on the front end of the week there, something like that for sure. We've had that strong break and close below on the downside. Market structure is clearly bearish. Just for illustrative purposes, let's show you guys here. So we've got a low in the market. Let's mark this on in red, so we can indicate that bearish market structure. So we've got a low, a lower high, followed by a lower low. So we're anticipating, a lower high to form in this market. So whether that forms here, we don't know exactly where it's going to form, but more than likely, if the institutions are going to sell where they sold previously, we would expect them to sell out of this order block where we can get a nice discounted price and look to ride that to the downside. So targets, you're looking at around 155, 350. Shorts out of around 156, 700, give or take, maybe pushing that 900 handle if you're looking for a conservative 50% mitigation there. So that's the setup on EURJPY. That's exactly what I'm looking for, front running that on the start of the week. And another option that we have here would be GBPUSD. It's a little bit messy. But in terms of market structure, what do we have here? We've got a high in the market. Let's make this green to indicate bullish market structure. So we have a high. Okay, so we have a high, a low, followed by a higher high. We don't know if this is where the higher high is going to be confirmed, but clearly we've broke this structure to the upside here, indicating strong bullish momentum. We do have a guarded low here. Let's mark that on. Guarded low around 1.26700 area on GU. That's our guarded low, invalidation level. In terms of an area to long out of, I would definitely be taking a 50% mitigation on this order block because that is quite a sizable zone there. So, a long out of, let's have a look, a long out of around 1.27 psychological level, stop loss around 45 pips, 1.26, 600, something like that. And then you're going to be looking at targeting equal highs. Obviously, we don't know if this is the high yet. This market may still push a little bit more and then ultimately come back down, and where we could look to execute a long trade from. So, roughly the highs in, ultimately looking for longs out of around 1.27, give or take. You can see the risk to reward stacks up. You've got around a 1 to 3 up to current highs. If it pushes a bit more, even better. You've got your risk to reward's even better there. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm looking for going into the front end of the week, starting Monday there. Tomorrow, you've got AUDJPY, you've got CHFJPY, and you have EURJPY, and finally you have GBPUSD there. So that is sort of the four trade plans that I have going into the front end of the week. These may not play out until sort of Tuesday, which, based on past data, often Monday tends to be fairly slow and quiet, not too much trending moves. But yeah, maybe Tuesday, maybe early on Wednesday, these setups may start to present themselves. Okay, so that's it for this one, guys. This is the weekly forecast, the trade setups that I'm looking for to trade in the upcoming week there. Okay, so let me know your thoughts below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, take care, guys. Bye-bye.